welcome back to 70H. I am making another video. So I apologize for not uploading on Sunday because we figured out the whole theme or whatever late. But anyways, this week on 70H is concert week. So I am going to talk about when I went to the Digi Tour Jack and Jack, because I got to see Jack and Jack, but then I also got to see Sammy and Nate, and this was all like for my first time. We drove like an hour to where it was, and we waited 3 hours until we got to go to the meet and greet where we got to meet them, and then another hour for the show to start. But we waited there, we met some friends. I went with my friend Naomi, and we waited there for like 3 hours and was just talking to the few, like I think it was like 4 or 5 girls there. So that happened, and then we went into the whole meet and greet thing, and I had this sign that said, I bought my VIP Digitour ticket to meet my boyfriend Sammy Wilkinson, and the people there told us that we couldn't have it like to have when we were standing in during the show, so we had to either give it to one of the people that we were meeting, or just throw it away or put it somewhere without like pulling it out. So I ended up giving mine to Sammy, and when I made eye contact with Sammy, I just bawled. Like, I cried so much. I was hoping not to, because with Jack and Jack I didn't cry because they came first, but I gave them this little picture frame thing that I did, and they were like really nice and everything, and Jack Johnson actually said that my name was cute, and Galinsky just gave me like a big hug. But then Nate asked me 3 times before I was able to actually tell him what my name was. And then because I was crying because I saw Sammy, and Sammy was just so sweet. He called me beautiful. He hugged me, and then he was like, oh, look how cute she is. We took our picture, and then he asked me to hug him again, so I did. And then I went on and met the rest of them that was there. And then at the show, Jack and Jack came out, but then they ended up letting everybody else perform. And so when Sammy and Nate came out, they were getting the crowd all like up and everything. And then it was like halfway through their performance, and they decided to take their shirts off. Well, everyone was like screaming and stuff. But then Nate jumps down into the crowd, well, not into the crowd, but like in front of the crowd, and I was in front row, like right there by the barricades, and these girls were pushing us into the barricades, and I ended up having bruises the next day. But like, Nate jumped down shirtless and was starting at the far end going the other direction, but this girl touched him or whatever, or got a picture of her like herself touching him, and she was like, she asked my friend Naomi, she was like, hey, what's his name, or can you type his name in to her little Twitter status or whatever, and her status was like, oh my god, I just touched him shirtless or something like that. And my friend was like, what? You're gonna freak out and have other girls get like, I guess, jealous or whatever, and you don't even know his name? Like, really? No. So that happened, and then Jack and Jack came out, I think like after 2 other people, and then they were doing all of their songs and stuff, and by the time that it got to, I think it was Wildlife, but by the time it got to that song, like, they all sounded like they were on helium, and so I thought it was just me. But when we left, I had asked my friend, and I was like, dude, did it sound like they were on helium or something? And she was like, yeah, it did, and I thought I was the only one, la. And I was, by the time that like it was over or whatever, it took like an hour for my ears to actually work right or hear right. And so when I got home, I replayed all my videos that I had like recorded during the whole concert show or whatever, and it sounded normal. So I guess just it being as loud as it was and being so close together, it made it sound like that. I don't know, but it was weird because the second time that I went to Digi Tour, it was just Sammy and Nate that we seen, but none of that sounded like chipmunky or like they were on helium. But yeah, that was my concert experience for Digi Tour Jack and Jack, and it was the best time like ever. So yeah, like and subscribe this, comment down below what your first concert or your best concert was, but also comment what you would like to see from us, because we find that like we figure out ideas right at the last minute at times, and it's hard for me because I do post on Sundays, and so I like to edit like on Fridays or Saturdays. So yeah, like and subscribe this, and I will see you next week on Sunday. Bye.